Okay. Well, okay. Thanks for your patience. Welcome to the 5D Academy of Higher Consciousness. We're broadcasting live from Tulum, Mexico. Now, um, this broadcast, hopefully, if everything goes right, apparently is supposed to be broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram simultaneously. So if any of you get a chance to check it out on another device to see if it's being broadcasted on these other channels, especially Insta and Facebook, if it's happening, let me know, because we turned off those features and then lately we turn them back on, and I don't know if it's working or not, but we're going to find out today. And we're going to go to the topic. What is it we want to talk about? And what really comes up that needs to be addressed? And one of our participants from the Academy, 5D Academy of Higher Consciousness, has a question for me. Before I go forward, I just like to let you know that in order to, if you're an English speaking person, you can communicate in English and you want to speak to me directly, your best bet is to go to our website and sign up at the 5D Academy of Higher Consciousness. That way you get a Zoom link and you can meet us on a Zoom platform, and then we can communicate directly. Otherwise, this webinar is being broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram simultaneously, but I don't have other devices to look at them and communicate. And it's too distracting for me if I have to take my attention from one device to another. So, thanks, Elijah. I got it. And thanks for checking things out. Okay, apparently we're going live on other devices too. So, you want to talk to me directly, interaction, join us at the 5D Academy, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions if I know the answer. Okay, now let's hear it. Susanna, what is the question? And this is going to be our topic.
Did for himself to
Hi, Carolina.
recognize himself, or did he only create the mirror for us for seeing through dark and light?
Okay,
find the love
so
light.
let me keep it short and sweet.
Yes.
You're asking that you're wondering if God has created a mirror, a image mirror of this world for himself or for you.
At first for us, but there I know we must have this because without light and dark we can't feel the love. But did he also need this for recognize himself?
Okay, very good.
We are the mirror for him.
Right.
Then,
number one, to really make this clear, is there is no separation between us and God. So only in this dimension, in this dream, okay, that this dream can turn to nightmares at times, because this is a dream world. It's a dream world and it's not real. Same as when you're dreaming at night and you're having a nightmare and someone's chasing you with a knife, or some lion or tiger is chasing you. or all these weird things happening, and then you wake up. And when you wake up, there's such a relief because you realize you were dreaming it. No one is trying to strangle you or kill you. Same thing here. This world is a dream world. Why is it a dream world? It's an imagination. It's an imagination is happening by the dreamer, by the self, by the oneness. So when the oneness is dreaming this world as an entertainment or for whatever reason, whatever is in it is the part of the oneness. So there is no separation in between the dreamer and what's being dreamt. They're both the same. However, it appears to be separated. It's only an appearance. So that's one way of explaining it. Okay? Another way of explaining it is, let's say, for example, I am the absolute. I am God. I am silence. And I'm everywhere. I am in everything. I always am. I'm always in this state of being pure, untouched, unlimited. I've never been born. I would never die. Nothing can ever touch me or take away from me. I don't have ups. I don't have downs. I don't get jealous. I don't get lonely. I don't get angry. I don't get hateful. I simply am. And I've been in this state of being I am for 1,000,000 years, 10 million years, 100 million years. 1 trillion years go by, and I'm in this nothingness, pure, raw energy state. And day after day after day after day, same thing. Finally, after hundreds of millions of years of pure oneness being, I maybe get bored and I make a movement. I take a deep breath and I go, I make a sound, something, okay? Something. I made him, I turn around, I wake up and, moving myself. 100 million years gone by. I'm everything. I'm in everywhere. And at this point, there is nothing. It's only nothingness. That's all there it is. Nothingness. So I make a sound. This sound is like there's a flat ocean, flat lake, huge lake, ocean. It's all flat. There's no wave on it. The water looks like mirror. And then small wave starts to move. And this wave, maybe it rises and it falls down. So I'm using this example just to give you a visual effect, an idea. I am not saying this is how it is. I'm just saying pay attention to this, get an idea of the infinite God, infinite presence, pure consciousness. At one moment, it decides to see itself. It decides to create duality because it's only one. There is no other. It's always been the one. There has never been another one. Oneness is the only thing exists. Everything else appears to be separated. But separation cannot happen in the presence of oneness because there is nothing separated. You have to create opposites. So God wakes up, or God gets out of the bed, or God goes, oh my God, I'm awake, or where's my coffee, or now I want the world, I want sky, I want ocean, I want humans, I want man and woman. Show me differences, show me opposites. And boom, comes the construct of the third dimension when everything has opposites. There's man, there's woman, there's white, there's black, there's day, there's night, there's tall, there's short, there's fat, there's skinny, there's healthy, there's sick, there's love, there's hate. It comes, the opposites come together. So the world, the manifestation, comes to appearance. It starts to appear. There is a world, and it's got opposites. We need light. Darkness is meaningless without light. Light is meaningless without darkness. What does it mean that I'm always in the light? If you were always in the light, you wouldn't give a shit about the light after a while. You would be sick of it because there's nothing to compare it to. If everything always goes well in your life, then you get bored. You start complaining about sunshine every day because you have nothing to compare it against. So you can't live in this dimension without the pain, without suffering, without the darkness, without thriving. Everything becomes meaningless in the third dimension. You have to have the opposites. And you cannot pursue one without experiencing the other one. Why? Because you have a third dimensional body. Your body is a physical body. It's designed for this dimension, and it's designed to rise and fall. You're born, you start growing up, you start becoming, you go through puberty. That's a weird period of time. Then you become a teenager, then you become a mini adult, and you start looking better and feeling better. Then you hit a point that you start aging and aching, and then you start declining. And as you've seen, as people get older, they become smaller. It's like they go up and up. It's like a wave comes from the ocean. It's badass wave. It's 20-meter wave. It keeps going up, up, up. Everyone is afraid of this wave. And then it falls down. And the wave, that big ass wave that everyone's scared of, falls back. And when it falls back, where does it go to? It falls back into the ocean. And where did it come from? It did come from the ocean, because there is no waves without the ocean. These human beings are coming from nothingness. They're coming from the source, and they rise and they fall back into the source. While they're at their peak, they're under the illusion that they're separated. They're seeking the love. They don't know they come from the source of love. There's nothing missing in them. They're under the illusion that they're separated, and they're under the illusion that they're incomplete. They don't know that they're already one their love. They never got separated from the pureness, from the love. They're looking for it for somebody somewhere else. It just doesn't exist. You cannot get it somewhere else because you already have it inside yourself. Anywhere else you get it, it's going to be short term. You're going to lose it because the waves cannot last very long. They're all going to fall back into the ocean. So, comes, awakens, or God opens its eyes, and comes the third dimension, the manifest world, this world. Since this is your own experience, I'm going to explain something to you. And if you check it out, you'll realize that it's true. When you sleep and you're not dreaming, you sleep, there's 4 levels of sleep. So if you study sleep, there's 4 levels. The first level of sleep is where you have the highest level of REM. REM, rapid eye movement. The eyes are moving, it's rapidly moving, and there is projections of images happening in your mind, which you call it dreaming. You're dreaming. And they're vivid dreams. And when you wake up, you remember your dreams and you don't feel rested because your mind never went into a deep state of rest. So you wake up 2 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, but you're tired because you never rest. Then the next day you sleep again and you go to the second level. The REM is at level 2. You're sleeping, you wake up, you're not rested, but you don't remember your dreams. But you know you were dreaming, but you can't remember the dreams. But you're not rested. Then comes the third level. Again, you sit down, you lie down, you sleep. You go in a deeper state. You wake up the next day. You feel rested to say a certain point. You know you had something was going on in your mind, but you can't really tell. But you know your mind was busy. Then comes to the fourth level. The fourth level, you lie down and you sleep. 8 hours after you wake up and you feel extremely energized. And you are like, oh my God, I feel so good. I was gone. Zarathustra, I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. I woke up at 6 in the morning and I was gone. That's the best sleep you ever have because you go in the fourth level. The REM is at level 4. There's very little subtle movements in there. So what happens is you sleep and you go into the fourth level and you're no longer there. There's no longer Suzanne or Zarathustra sleeping, dreaming. There is no awareness of the self. There is no memory. So you're gone. And when you're gone, so as your problems. Whatever problems you have in this life, it's gone. Because you're not there. And then when you wake up out of this great sleep, you wake up, the first thought that comes to your mind is the first thought that every human being on this planet thinks when they wake up. Every single human being on this planet, from any race, red race, yellow race, white race, black, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, African, Asian, man, woman, transvestite, gay, Every single human being, when they wake up in the morning, have the same thought, regardless of their nationality, where they are. Everyone, when they wake up in the morning, have the same thought. And that thought is I. I thought. Me. I count. I slept so well. Oh, I have a headache. Oh, I'm late. I have to go to work. Oh, I forgot about my kids. Oh, ah, my I have to go to blah blah blah. Drive to 3 hours. Oh, I'm feel lazy. Oh, I need to go to yoga. There's the I. Oh, I have to go pee. The I thought, the first thought rises is the thought of me. And who is this me? Who is this I? And then when I say I wake up, open my eyes, I say I, and I remember my name. I remember who I am. Then all the world that I live in, it comes to construction. Everything comes back. My world comes back. My problems come back. My struggles come back. My health issues come back. My financial issues come back. My emotional problems come back. My family comes back. But when I slept and I wasn't dreaming, nothing was there because I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was gone. Where did I go? I went back to the source, to the ocean. There was no waves. It's just the ocean. And the ocean is not aware of itself. It's just ocean. Awareness is not aware of awareness because awareness doesn't go up and down. There is only awareness. Consciousness, it simply is. It's not an object. It's not aware of itself. It simply is. There is nothing to compare itself to. Comparison requires an entity which is in stillness and is here. Something that does not change is here. So you can compare things to it. You need a focal point, something which is here. Okay, back into what we said. God, out of boredom or whatever, start to imagine, uses its imagination. And since it's infinite, it can imagine anything it wants. The oceans, the skies, the birds, the animals, killing, raping, getting raped, killing, getting killed, wars, because it's imagining, it's all itself. Let's say I get raped. It's God's imagining that. So yeah, it's a very uncomfortable event getting raped. But it's God who's imagining this, and it's another God, same God is raping the same God. So from the point of view of God, nothing is happening. God is only experiencing the human sensations that in its absolute state cannot experience it. So it needs to come to manifestation. But did anybody get raped? No, nobody got raped because there was nobody there to begin with. It was all it. God falls in love and falls out of, gets heartbroken. People get married, then they get divorced. People have children, they're very happy, then they lose a child. People become successful, they make money, then they lose money. There is always a contrast in your human experience. But once you go into silence, once you fall into the center of yourself, the moment you divert your thoughts inward, you bring your attention inwards. Okay, I'm looking in here. What's happening in here? I'm looking at my thoughts. I'm looking. Random thoughts. Okay, I'm going to grab the thread of these thoughts and go inwards. Where do they come from? Let me find out where these thoughts come from. Zarathustra, where do thoughts come from? Is there a manufacturing entity inside my head? Does my brain create thoughts? And I tell you, no. Your brain does not create thoughts. It's only a receiver. It's just like a radar. It receives thoughts, but it can manufacture thoughts. Your brain is not creating thoughts. It's only picking up on thoughts. And these thoughts are traveling through everybody's heads. Some gets picked up, some don't get picked up. That's why sometimes you get a million different ideas. You may have 100 different ideas, but you only pick one of them up. If your brain was manufacturing ideas, would just manufacture the one that you're going to use. Why would it create 1,000 different thoughts? So you pick up one of them, and because you falsely believe that you're a person, naturally, because you have this sense of separation, then you think it's your thought. And if you act on it and you become successful, then you pat yourself that you did very well. But if you fail, then you're going to blame yourself that you screwed up because you think that you have free will, because you're an independent entity separated from the source. You are capable of making your own decisions. This is your illusion. You think you can, and it looks like you do, but you don't know that there is no separation. You don't know that you're completely one with that. All your thoughts are God. All your desires are God. All of your success is God's doing, and all of your failure is God's doing. You don't know that. You think you're the one who's doing it. So then you suffer because you think you're an independent entity. So you go through anxiety, you go through fear, you think they're out there to get you, you think you're going to be lonely, you think you're going to be left out. You don't know you are a part of that. That is living in you. Until we recognize it, that where are that which you're looking for is here. I want to be loved. I want to feel love. I want love. We all want love. Every human being on this planet wants to be loved. Every human being on this planet wants to be accepted. Maybe differently, maybe in another way, but everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be accepted. But we think to be accepted is something that is coming from the outside. My parents have to love me. My friends must love me. My partner loves me. I have to find someone who's accepting and loving me. we don't know that we're looking for is already here. So we're not cultivating what's already here, we're looking for it outside of ourselves. And what happens? Yes, once in a while you get it from outside of yourself. You find love somewhere, but it doesn't last very long because it's not real. It's only a mirror of what's going on inside yourself. But it cannot stay there all the time because it's not permanent. It's only there to push you to go inside to find what's permanent inside yourself. And what's permanent inside yourself is the presence of God, which is always here. Well, why don't I feel it? Because you're not quiet, because you think too much, you talk too much, and you move around too much. And you're not looking inside. If you be quiet, if you sit still, if you dive inside yourself, you will feel the presence of God, which is always here. And you can never lose it. You can never lose what you already are. It's here. And here is here everywhere you go. So, answering back your question, Susanna, in a way, yes, it's whether God is imagining itself or we're part of its imagination. Are we dreaming or we being dreamt? These are all questions and they're all valid. Am I dreaming this world or am I in someone else's? I'm God's dream. God is dreaming me. These are questions. But if you pull back, if you bring your attention, divert your attention within yourself, and you just here in this point, and you're just sitting here, and you come back to this self-love place, you're accepting yourself as you are, you're quiet, you begin to feel the presence, you're feeling the love, you're feeling God, and your anxiety and fear begins to dissolve. It will go away, at least for the moment. Because here and now, in this moment, there is nothing going on. There's nothing happening in here. Here is quiet. Here is complete. Only when you get out of here means you go in the past, then you get into trouble. Only when you start thinking of future, you get into trouble. But here, it has no story. Here, it has no story. It simply is. And it's quiet. Here is very safe because there is no movements in the mind. There are no thoughts here. It simply is. And if a thought comes and goes, it's being observed. An emotion come and go. You are aware of it, but you're not it. You're simply aware of your emotions. Simply being and being here and now, not being anything, not being on our phone, not having an agenda, not trying to be somewhere else, to become someone else. Simply here, right now, just being here without any kind of stories. It's like a particle suspended in the air, in the space, aimless. Most people get scared of aimlessness. Simply being here is rich, it's complete. Very few people on this planet take the time and dive into themselves and explore their own power of love in here and now, the power of the present, the love which is here, the love that shining through your heart. It's here. It's not somewhere else. It just requires somebody to slow down and look at it. It requires a person to take their time for a moment, stop. Stop this madness. We always have to be somewhere, do something, eat something, smoke something. Let's just stop and just hang out. Hang out with the presence of yourself, the presence, the love of God, which is here. Only in here you find it. Only in here you touch it. You're experiencing it when you're here. And it's enormous. Slowly, slowly come back.